Well, this weekend it sure has been a weekend, if not a week, full of news, especially if you're a fan of what I talked about just previously, Sonic the Hedgehog, and any kind of opportunity we may get out of that, new series Sonic Prime. But we also got information on the new movie for MLP, which is scheduled for this year, although that could change due to what's going on. Now, according to Equestria Daily, Kid Screen reported this, and this is what they said. This is what Equestria Daily said. It would appear we are finally getting a little more info on the future of Pony, other than we know the film coming out later this year is going to be done in a CGI style. For a while, we have wondered what sort of world to expect, what sort of characters, and if there would be much lore held over from FIM, Friendship is Magic. If what this article says is true, it is rather encouraging. And this is from Kid Screen. This is what they said, and I quote, "To summarize what is going on, according to the Kid Screen article, we can expect a continuation of the world we saw in Pony Life and Friendship is Magic, drawing on the near decade of lore G4 built up. We start from scratch. Why start from scratch when there is already this vibrant world to draw from? Furthermore, they seem to agree that there are still plenty of places to explore in Equestria that haven't been touched on yet." And this is what the article at a Kid Screen says. This is the quote. This is quoted at a Kid Screen article, and this is what it says, and I quote: "With the movie, we started development and made the decision to expand the world of My Little Pony rather than starting from scratch." Okay, let me reread that. This is from Kid Screen article, and I quote: "With the movie, we started development and made the decision to expand the world of My Little Pony rather than starting from scratch with a totally brand new reinvention." Okay, let me reread that again. I know I'm messing up here. I'm kind of in a hurry. Got inspectors coming and all that, from the property management. But anyway, I quote: "With the movie, we started development and made the decision to expand on the world of My Little Pony rather than starting from scratch with a total brand new reinvention." This is this guy's name's Thompson, behind the movie. "We found ourselves with this whole decade of storytelling and really rich lore, and it felt wrong to walk away from that." And they say this in bold. "Instead of abandoning the franchise's characters and stories, the movie will take place in the same world featured in Friendship is Magic and Pony Life, but jump ahead in time to focus on a new generation of ponies and explore and unexplored corners of Equestria. This creates opportunities to include nods to the property's previous iterations, both in upcoming content and consumer product offerings. If you're brand new to the franchise, I think it'll grab you and pull you in, and existing fans are going to be picking out Easter eggs for months and years to come." Now, according to Equestria Daily, they said that there is some indication of the direction that Hasbro wants to take the series, wanting it to be more inclusive, I should say, as well as providing some details about the main character, highlighting that they are an activist. So that's really kind of cool. I guess the main character is going to be an activist for things like, for eco or whatever. So that's going to be interesting. And continues on with what Thompson said. "The introduction of new characters and a departure from designs featured in Friendship and Magic and Pony Life is intended to shift the brand's focus to more modern themes like diversity and inclusion. The movie's main character, for example, is an activist working to make the pony world a better place." Now, it says here at the end, there are some tidbits in the article about the direction of the toys and such, but these seem to be the juiciest tidbits of info. What do we all think? So obviously, as I check the time here real quickly, guys, Okay, got time. But so obviously, was basically staying within the same continuity, the same universe as we had for that was first introduced to us, I should say, in Friendship is Magic, and that's good. This definitely ties into this animatic that got released early, or by somebody behind the film, I guess, of how basically the main seven, main eight are going to be looked at as legends, main six, if you will, are going to be looked at as legends. Because if this is taking place years later, if not, who says maybe 100 years later, 20 years later, who knows? It's going to be interesting on how the main six and those associated with them are going to be looked back upon. And this could be the case of so many years have passed that the adventures and the tales of Twilight and Rarity and Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy and Pinky, that have become stuff of legends. And now there are those that particularly don't really believe that any of what, the main six did is true. And that might lead to an appearance by Twilight, and maybe even Spike and perhaps Celestia and Luna down the line, but since they're more, and maybe even Cadence and Flurry Heart, since they're more immortal, if you will, because they're alicorns. Will we see the rest of the main six probably make an appearance? Well, if Twilight's making them immortal, possibly. Who's to say? But the main focus is going to be on the new generation, on these new characters. And I think that's good, especially if it's going to tie into what G4 was. And this does kind of build upon the fact that this, of what was talked about beforehand, that G5 is going to be built upon from what was established in G4. So it's going to be really interesting to see what they do, how they play around with this, what characters that they might bring in to bring back in, through flashbacks or surprise appearances for stories to help build upon things, help establish these new characters. It's going to be interesting to see. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the fact that G5 is going to be a continuation of G4, that we're going to get, these new characters, trying to explore new regions of Equestria, probably new creatures, to interact with. What are your thoughts on all that? Do you think we might see the main six show up? Do you think we'll see Twilight show up? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. I'd love to hear what each and every one of you have to say about this, but this does make wanting to see the movie even more intriguing to see how they build upon it going into the new series that will follow afterwards. But let me know what your thoughts are. Comment if you like, and I am out. Stay safe, and have a good Monday.